His intention from the beginning was to lock us in to a relationship. You can see the capacity of it today. Quiet them down coming in. You can see the capacity of it today in family, in friends, and the type of love and relationship that God wanted with humanity. In Genesis 1:26, it gives us the perfect examination and process that when a man and a woman have a child and a family. Let's go Genesis 1:26.
And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him.
So in the process of God saying, let us make man in our image and our likeness, he in communication with the female of the process, which is Mother Earth. So God talking with Mother Earth and saying, let us make a man in our likeness, in our image. God seed coming inside of a man to make him not only appear like him, but have his ways. Yes, sir. Just like when you have your children and your children some got your features, some got your ways, and you can see yourself in your children. God wanted to see himself in man. And this whole thing was about a love affair, a God that was lonely, and he wanted companionship. So he created a man, just like having a baby, and your baby favor you, look like you, act like you, think like you. You've been raised by a parent, our Father, which art in heaven. But sin came, and when sin came, God had to distance man from himself. Genesis 3:24. Read.
So he drove out of the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life.
So he took him out the Garden of Eden, and he put angels around to keep him out. Why? Because at that Garden of Eden was the tree of life, the tree that they were allowed to eat from, that they could live forever and ever. So God cut them off from that tree. See, when we go to heaven, we're going to have access to the tree of life. But man and humanity shows how contrary our hearts are. They had access to a tree that they can live forever, but they ate from a tree that was good and evil, which drove them away from God. Not to the full capacity that God didn't want to deal with them. It's equivalent today for somebody who even backslide, and how God will deal with a person in a backslidden state, how God will deal with a person when they fail. The love of God is beyond man. So when God set up everything, he knew humanity could not comprehend and understand his love. So his ultimate goal, one, was to die for the sin of the world, and then he wanted to turn around to come inside of man. Twofold. One, that he can understand more and feel more how man feel, but he also wanted us to know how he felt. Tell somebody God is in you. So I don't understand the mentality of some today. The first thing, a few problems and failures come, the first thing they think about is leaving God. I don't understand this. He came inside of us and manifests himself in you. I don't care how weak you are. I don't care how much you done fail. I don't care what done happened. Why do you want to draw back on God? Now, the person that will not stay is the person that has a backup plan. That's what it is. So as long as you feel, just in case this don't work, I got this over here, you ain't gonna stay. That's right. That's right. Because the way we live, we have no options. I don't have a secondary plan if this don't work. I don't have no place to go that I could be happy and be peaceful if I don't stay with this. Are y'all listening to me? So I'm not going to let these folk who leave the church and look like they're having a good time and success. You ain't fooling me. The devil wants you to die for him. God died for us. I wish I had a church in here don't mind glorifying it. I don't care what you go through. How in the world you going to think about where you came from? Where you came from was from the devil. That's where you came from. Least little problem with God. I'm leaving. I'm through. Cut off God and the man. You don't never cut off God and the man of God. Why? Why do people able to do this? Because they got a backup plan. Now, nobody be lying in here today, but tell somebody I ain't got no backup plan. Now, if you got one, don't be lying to him now. So just shut your mouth and let us testify. I ain't got no backup plan. I don't want that. Ain't no, if I don't do what God say or what the man of God say, I got to sin over him. I ain't got nothing else. This is my life. Jesus wanted the people to understand that there is no other way. St. John 14:6 in your Bible. Listen to how Jesus talked. Read.
Jesus said unto him, I am the way.
He said, I am the way.
The truth and the life. He
didn't say, I'm one of the ways. He said, I am the way. Read.
The truth and the life.
He said, now I'm the way and I'm the truth. Read.
And the life.
And the life. Read.
No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
He said, now you think about the summary of life. He said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. How in the world you got another option? How you gonna sit in the church and, well, if this don't work right here, I go ahead and do the same. I don't want to have the job. I don't want to have the money. I don't even want them people in my life that I feel I can go to if this don't work. I don't want them people in my life. I don't want nobody that close on the other side to me. I want them to refuse me. I might feel like leaving, but when I really think about it, look around, I'm glad I ain't got no option. Talking about it, well, if they don't treat me right, I ain't coming to church. Well, you just stay where you at. Because they don't treat me right and I ain't got no place to go. Why? Because I got a place hid in Christ. We know how to hide in him. We be hurting and in pain, and people treat us wrong, around all kind of wrong stuff, and God be telling us to shut up and be quiet and humble yourself. We got to hide in him. And you got you some place to run to. I ain't got no place but in him. I can't even go to my own self. I can't trust me. I ain't finna listen to me. That flesh is a mess. In the middle of hell, it'll go to talking. It'll be talking just what you want to hear. I'm glad I ain't got no place to go. And when you're down, be careful who you're listening to. No options. You see, when I made man, I made him in my image and my likeness. That's my child. I want him to be like me. I want him to look like me. You see, that's mine. God and Mother Earth birthing. They birthing. Making a man. They're going to be just like me. So God wrapped himself in flesh and came down here on this earth. And said, I'm going to intermingle right with them. I'm going to feel what they feel. I'm going to wrap myself in this flesh I made them out of. And then when I come and leave, I'm going to come inside of them. And I'll turn around and say, you still going to be just like me. With my suffering, my pain, my cross, my hurt, my persecution, my rejection, my betrayal. You're going to be just like me. You're going to be despised and rejected. My child going to be just like me. I got God, but I ain't got no place to go. Jesus hanging on a cross. We got God, but ain't got no place. He nailed to a cross. He nailed. He could have took on divinity and just walked outside of his flesh, but he stayed there. He nailed. He couldn't move. He didn't have no place to go. Took the pain for me and you. I can only imagine they bamming a nail in his hand. Oh! I can only imagine the pain he took for us. Oh! They bound him in his feet. Oh! He felt what a man would feel. He didn't put on divinity. He stayed in humanity. And they nailed on his feet. Now he's stuck on a cross and got no place to go. Got no place. I'm hanging on him. And people just looking at him. He got to take a breath and take a look at the people who he healed, raised from the dead, cast out devils, and they're sitting there looking at him. Then you get saved and you think everything's supposed to be right. Everybody's supposed to agree with you. You turn around and said in St. John 10:9, you say, I am the door. Read.
I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture.
He said, I'm the door. I'm the way. I'm the door. I'm the truth. I'm the life. Where is it else to go? How do you have some place else to go? How you could sit in here and say, well, if this don't work, I can always go here. Got your education to depend on. Got your career, your job. You got that to depend on. This thing here don't work. God ain't even in it. You doing it on your own. You working on your own. Thou sayest that thou art rich, increase with goods, and have need of nothing. You're doing it on your own. It's a life that we live. Somebody tell the Lord thank you. St. John 15:3. Read.
Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
Now this is the process of it. He in us. Tell somebody I need to be clean. You saved, but you still see your flesh. And some of y'all, you listen to your flesh too much. You sit there and you let dreams be like your dreams is God. Your dreams are not God. Just because you dream something, this is it right here. You can dream some crazy stuff. Why you ain't claiming that? Why you ain't claiming the one when you was in fire and hell? But you want to claim the one when they show you somebody else, show you a sister or brother, and then you think that's God. Why don't you tell us about the one when that fire was on your rump? When you was in hell in your dream, when the devil whooped your behind. Why you ain't prophesied that one? I'm so glad I ain't got no place to go. He said, now, who am I going to teach? Who am I going to lead in all of this? Psalms 25:9.
The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way.
He said, now I got a people that I'll teach and I'll guide them. And they ain't going to really be looking for nothing else. Tell somebody I'm going through, but I ain't looking no place else. I'm going through. I'm following God, and it look like sometimes you feel like you're in hell. I'm following God. And it get heavy sometimes. But I ain't looking no place else. I don't even want to make it without him. I'm kidding about these man, the worst thing it is for you to be able to leave God and he don't bother you. You losing. You leave God and you become successful. Just like some of these brothers, you know, they around here, they ate that chicken. Boy, it's hard to go back raw. They done got a hit of that chicken. And boy, it's like hook you. You know. And then you got to fight to come back. Y'all love the Lord? Tell the Lord thank you. Tell him thank you. Psalms 139 and 24, read.
And see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting.
So God got a plan even if you fail. He said, now show me if there's any wicked way. You should be watching and praying and examining yourself. And then lead me in the way of everlasting. If I'm failing, just help me, Lord. Father, help me. Be sitting here trying to justify it and blame what's manifesting in your life on other people. If you in an uncomfortable place, or unlovable place, or a restless place, all of that leads you to him. It ain't you going talking to and holding a conversation. But don't you understand how I feel? And people be in they mess. Misery like company. I'm sorry. I got off the roller coaster. I don't care how sad you are. I'm going to bring you to my God. That's all I can do. If you don't want him, you sure don't have me. Because you ain't God. Tell somebody I ain't God. So you don't let people try to make you their God. You the reason I'm going to be happy. You the reason I'm gonna be all right. Why? Because you make me happy. You better get you some happiness from God. Somebody tell the Lord thank you. Tell him thank you. So in the process of it, he told us to beware. 2 Peter 2, 1 through 3. Read.
But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies.
Now they birthing a different type of child. Read.
Even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways.
The pernicious ways. Many finna follow it because they finding another way to go. This is how these people finding another way. Oh, that apostolic thing, you know, I can go another way. Many shall follow their presumptuous ways. Read.
By reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of, and through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
People talk against holiness so easily, apostolic so easily. They try to call it legalism. Holiness is definition today is legalism. You know, they don't take all that. You know, and the process of, well, if that's the way you feel, well, you walk the way you walk. Why do you despise when somebody's conviction is that depthness of holiness? Why you sit there and just resent a certain lifestyle? I ain't talking about yours, so why you talking about mine? I'm satisfied. I'm saved and I'm satisfied. I ain't one of these people in the church trying to impress people. I'm not in here. I realize that you're going to have enemies. I'm not a person that's just trying to, show off to people and my family and just be in cooperation and talking about I want everybody to love me. I was made on that job. When I worked on that job, that's where I was made at. I was made in my family. Church was way down the totem pole. Church Texas. I was really made on that job and my family. That's where I was made at. And people resent it. They act like it ain't even God. It pushed me. I had the people watching me. I was on the microscope at work, when I was working before I retired, and then the people watch everything I did. And so since I got their attention, let me be the best at what I do. And I got comfortable with it. I was comfortable with what I did. Because he had taught me how to do it. They'll sit there and say, well, how you do that? They'll come in there, call me into, they still got that lab at the bakery. They got a laboratory where they do all the tests. I used to be in there. I used to be in the lab. I worked in dry mix, but they had me in the lab asking me about formulas. And I said, well, this is what goes in that formula. And I went and had a book. They said, well, how you? I said, the Lord gave it to me. So when I'm working, everything was in my head. I didn't have to read no book. I'm just sitting there. But man, them folks couldn't stand me. They couldn't stand me. God chose, and I would be there, and God would be saying to me, he said, I'm making you. Tests in the family, going through the tests. God said, I'm sanctifying you. I'm setting you apart. I don't want you to be just like your family. I want you to be like me. So now I'm being rejected at work. Because I told the people, I said, you pay me to do a job, and I do that. That's what I do. You didn't pay me to be your buddy, your best friend, to hang out with you after work. That ain't none of me. I came here to do a job. I'm gonna be good at it. And then I'm leaving you. That's what I'm finna do. But what y'all do after work, don't be including me. And then when he sanctified me with my family, that wasn't easy. That's when I went to prayer. I said, how do the Lord say, wing them? I said, how you do that? I said, just gradually ease off. I said, how you do that? He said, just talk about me. Talk about me. When they want to gossip, talk about me. When they want to bring up some subjects, talk about me. When I bring up old times, talk about me. I talked about him so much till they stopped talking about other stuff. So they just left me alone. So I really didn't have to cut them loose. They cut me loose. Lord, I praise you. That's why you can feel uncomfortable now dealing with some people. You don't know how to hold a conversation. Do y'all ever feel like there's some people you don't even know how to talk with? You would like the whole, and they can't stand. Well, you can talk to everybody else, but you can't talk to me. I don't know how to talk to you. Because I talk about him and his kingdom, his people. That's my life. And if you can't stand him, his kingdom, and his people, I don't know what to talk about. I mean, I might look at a little basketball game or football game, but it ain't all that to me. That I could care less who win. Whoever win, I win. What team you on? The one that won. I don't lose. In the beginning of the year, I was a Lakers fan. I am not now. I don't know who I'm gonna be with this week. I gotta see who's gonna win this week. Simple as that. It don't matter to me. You know, my wife, she warriors. You know, she warriors. You know, I don't care. You know, if they win, I'm with you. If they lose, I'm on another team. Because I done got with a God I can't lose. I ain't dedicated to none of it. I ain't devoted to none of it. I found what I've been looking for. Is he the answer? He got to be the answer. He the reasoning for my existence. So, test me on my job and my money. Test me in my family. Test me in the church. Why? To prove to him that you my everything. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. You still my God. You still my God. God dealt with me. He said, you know you live a life of miracles. He said, you know that's how you live. I be doing stuff. Anybody who listen to you, I bless their life. I bless. Proverbs, the 2nd chapter and 6th verse, read.
For the Lord giveth wisdom out of his mouth, cometh knowledge and understanding. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the paths of judgment, and preserveth the way of his saints. Then shalt thou understand his righteousness, and judgment, and equity, yea, every good path. When wisdom entereth into thy heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh forward things.
It said, just in case you fall into something, I can deliver you from the evil man. I can deliver you from the forward things in mouth. He said, but you got to trust me. Tell somebody you got to trust God. He said, I'll deliver you. I know you round folks who don't treat you right, and you round things that I don't want you around. He said, but I know how to pull you out, but will you follow my instructions? He said, I'll deliver you from the evil man. He said, but will you follow my instructions? When I tell you to come out from among them, will you come out from among them? Proverbs 14 and 12, read.
There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
He said, now are you going to lean to your understanding? Because your flesh can talk to you, and your flesh can make you think wrong is right. Your flesh can say things that make sense. You know, I really shouldn't be treated this way. Good as I am to them, they should be doing this to me. Your flesh can make some good sense. And it could be your own understanding. No options for us. We don't have no place to go. Proverbs 15 and 24, read.
The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath.
See, so these folks they got a backup plan. He said the way of life is above to the wise, to the people who got this plan. He said the way of life is above to them, that he may depart from hell beneath. God got a plan. Tell somebody I ain't going to hell. I'm going to tell somebody stay on the highway. Make sure you're on the right road now. Street called straight. Somebody tell the Lord thank you. Isaiah 35 and 8. That's what highway we're going on right now.
And the highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those, the wayfaring men, though fools shall not err therein. No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there.
So he said, now I got a place that I'm taking, but y'all deviate from this holiness.
Yes, sir.
Just trying to fit in. And he said that there's a highway be there. He said there's another one going straight up the mountain. This highway take you to the top. Isaiah 49:11. Read.
And I will make all my mountains away.
All them hills, all them problems you got to deal with. All the mountains you got to go over. They go another one right here, another one right here, another one right here. Read.
And my highways shall be exalted.
Isaiah 49:11. Read it again.
And I will make all my mountains away, and my highways shall be exalted.
Everything that you have to face is going to be exalted. I'm teaching you something by going through this. I'm teaching you something by going through this. Teaching you something by going through this. Look like the moment you come out one thing, here come another one. I remember going through the process. I said, man, I just came out of this. Now look at this. Somebody tell them things. Hallelujah. I think I'll finish up tomorrow.